Welcome back. All right, so in a previous video, we were talking about the top of the bell-shaped curve and why that's important to consider in buying your house so that you can be in a position to sell no matter what the market is, right? In another video, we talked about how to kind of judge where we are in the market. In this video, we're going to spend a little bit of time. It's not going to be as heady as the last couple. When is the right time to buy? When is the right time to maybe sell if we're considering a strategic sale? And when is the right time to maybe stay in the boat? And can you stay in the boat for a little bit longer? So remember, if we're considering how the market moves up and kind of breaks through that resistance and then and kind of hits the peak, well, a lot of people were buying on what we call speculation. They were speculating that the market was going to continue going. So what they did is they got themselves into interesting loans, interesting situations, not knowing whether or not their finances were that certain. So they were speculating really on a couple of things. They're speculating that their finances were going to go up. They're also speculating that the market was going to go up. And we want to make sure that when you buy, that you're buying not on speculation, but you're buying so that you're nice and protected if the market does tank and you do need to hold on to the home. So a couple of the things, first of all, let's talk real quickly about market bubbles. We know the market moves up and the market moves down. We also know that people run around like Chicken Little yelling that the sky is falling for a long, long time before the sky actually does fall. So we saw that back in the early 2000s. People were saying in 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they were predicting that we were in a bubble. And we weren't in a bubble until perhaps 07. So they were predicting this, and then all of a sudden when the market crashed, they went, aha, you see, we were in a bubble. Well, what that does is that keeps a lot of people out of the market. Some people are afraid to jump in because they think that the market's going to crash. And if you kept from jumping in 2002, in the markets that I serve, we saw from 2000, let's say 2003, from 2003 to 06, many people earned or made on the value of their home, on the increasing value of their home. They made $200,000 to $300,000. That was actually very average in our market. So if you decided not to get in the market because of these Chicken Littles running around, you would have left $200,000 to $300,000 on the table. Now, if you have an exit strategy where you're going to get out kind of at the top of the market, and let's look at this real quickly. If you decide market's moving up and I want to get out at the peak of the market, well, nobody really on purpose hits the peak. There's no way to judge the top of the market. So if you got out right at the top, you were very, very lucky. So the best thing to do is to watch the market, and as it starts to come down, then you can get out of the market and you can capitalize on all the equity that you've made in the run up. A lot of people have a hard time losing a little bit of money, but let me tell you, it's better than leaving money on the table or losing all of it or a good chunk of it. So if this is not your strategy and you do want to hold on to your home, which I think is great because we know that houses double about every 10 years with a couple of exceptions. So if you're going to hold on to your house for 10, 20, 30, even 40 years, you may experience some incredible gains like my aunt and uncle did. And we're not talking starting at $40,000. We're starting in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So could you imagine that doubling and then doubling again and doubling again? Wow. Well, you can actually be in a great position as long as you're paying attention to a few things and not speculating on the market. Make sure that your income is solid before you buy a house. I mean, it's basic, but a lot of people just figured that, well, I'll probably be making more money, so I'll just go ahead and get in. Yeah, we're all going to get raises. The market moves up. We see inflation, which which boils down to, we start to see that in our paychecks as well. But don't think, well, I'm going to get a $100,000 raise next year, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy this huge, expensive home. So make sure that you're financially solid. Make sure that your loan is going to carry through the market cycle. So if you get into a loan that maybe will go into from a fixed rate to an adjustable rate, and you could be in the down part of the market, well, you might be in trouble because you won't be able to refi because you might be underwater, or maybe you don't have 20% equity so that you can refi. You might not be able to get out of that loan. You're going to have to ride it out with some very high interest payments that you weren't expecting. Make sure that you get into a loan and stick with it. Don't refi and pull the cash out of your house. So many people did that, and unfortunately they did it right about here in the last market. And so when the market did this, they pulled all the cash out of their home that they had gained in equity, and instead of having all of this equity in the value of their home, they put that in their bank, and a lot of people ended up going on vacations, buying boats, Sea-Doos, all kinds of fun stuff. And then when the market came down and they realized, oh my gosh, I might be in trouble, they couldn't get out of that house without having to do a short sale or foreclosure. We want to make sure that you're not going to have to short sell your house or foreclose on your home. You want to be able to hold on to it for as long as you think is right for you, for your family financially, but also make it through any down market so that you can realize greater appreciation in the next up market. Hopefully this information helps you. I hope you enjoyed the video as well as I enjoyed making it for you. Go ahead and make it a great day. We'll see you on the next video.